we're seeing off some of our very best. As many of you know, we've had a real significant problem with what's happening at the southern border. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Suffice it to say, this is the cartels are doing a lot to bring in drugs, to do human trafficking, to do a lot of things that are not good for not just the border states like Texas, but this has an impact all over the United States. And so when the governors of Texas and Arizona sent requests to other states, Florida answered that call. We stepped up, partially because a lot of these states have stepped up to help us in emergency situations in the past. When we've had hurricane response and recovery operations, they have been, they didn't even hesitate many times anytime we needed help. So we feel it's the right thing to do just on that. But we also understand that this is an issue that is affecting states like Florida. I had met just weeks ago with some of our rural sheriffs up in North Florida, and their number one concern is all the meth that's coming in. And all the meth is coming from the southern border now. You used to have where people would cook it themselves and all this stuff. Like, that is just not what's happening. What's happening is a massive amount of drugs moving in from the southern border. So this has real effects on Florida communities. And when we were able to say, we got this request, I asked our state law enforcement agencies, can you guys help? And they're like, absolutely, we're going to help. And so we're going to be sending over 50 personnel. So the request overall nationwide, they needed about 500 personnel. So Florida's filling a sizable chunk of that. So you're going to have over 50 personnel from FDLE, Fish and Wildlife, and from Highway Patrol. As you see some of the things that we have back there, they will have other types of equipment that will be deployed to be able to assist as the folks in Texas deem appropriate. And I know Nebraska and I think some other states are going to be doing support as well. So we're thankful for these folks being willing to step up and being willing to help an issue that is that's causing a lot of problems, obviously, in some of our friendly states, but also it is causing a lot of problems in these United States. And I do think that this will be a benefit for the people throughout the state of Florida. So thanks to FDLE, thanks to the Fish and Wildlife, and thanks to Florida Highway Patrol. They are going to be deploying starting today. It's a long trek down to the southern border, so they will get there and they will be ready to go on Monday of this coming week, which we look forward to being able to see them in action. And hopefully I'll be able to get out there at some point and wish them well when they're on the ground. But at a minimum, I wanted to come here and say, you guys going out, thank you for what you're doing. The people of Florida support what you're doing, and we want to make sure that that when these states need assistance, we're there for them, but particularly when it has implications all across the United States. I also want to thank everyone we have here. We've got a lot of our legislators here. I saw J.R. Williamson, Alex Andrade, Michelle Salzman. I saw our senator here, Doug Broxson, and then obviously we have Rick Swearigan from FDLE, and then Gene Spalding, the colonel for the Highway Patrol. So I want to thank them as well. So thanks everybody for stepping up. This is an important mission. We support you 100%. And with that, I'll take a few questions.